right up in there, that may be about 9 inches of insulation that we have there, so that should be maybe R26 right there. And within the wall, we're only looking at R13 right there.
So, Alex, if the paper is facing essentially the inside of the house, how do you know what insulation is on there by looking at it? Assuming the numbers are printed.
Strain board, and then they put a vapor barrier around the house. And they're supposed to tape all the seams, and that prevents humidity or moisture from being trapped underneath and slowly rotting out your sheathing. What you had, I think, in a number of areas with Drive-It, which is synthetic stucco, they were putting that up without a vapor barrier. They were using the insulating board as a vapor barrier, which closed cell insulation can be. So if you were to put it up, but if you do get moisture back behind there, it traps that moisture. So what they were having with the Drive-It, if there was a break in the Drive-It, moisture was getting in back behind there, and that closed cell insulating board was trapping that moisture. You pull all that off and the whole siding is rotted out.
When did the wrap become a construction?
So when they nail it down, they're supposed to allow for a little expansion and movement. So usually when you pull the seam back, it's not usually exactly tight to that area. But you can caulk with very flexible caulking some of your transition seams, say between brick and vinyl siding, where the front face of the building is brick and the side comes up to it. Vinyl siding, you can actually caulk that seam, prevent cold air from coming in. Because when we come in to do the inspection, you'll have a window set in here. Somebody will have done the vinyl siding, someone will have done vinyl replacement windows in there, and they'll take aluminum and they'll bend it right over that, and they'll flash over it. Sometimes they'll replace the wood that's damaged, other times they'll just go over it with the aluminum. So if you would now have vinyl siding that's over the older wood, is installed with the older wood, and there's metal capping over that older wood, and these seams aren't caulked, and we know that there's not a vapor barrier back behind there. We don't know the condition of the wood. So next step is caulking those transition seams to prevent cold air from coming in, to prevent moisture from coming in. It's sort of, it's not a perfect way to do it, but again, it's not cost effective for somebody to just come in. If somebody's installed the siding, we'll let them know that the siding isn't installed properly, and the proper way to install it is to fully tear it off and put a vapor barrier on. But the next step is to keep the moisture out. So, did everybody understand that? Or did I explain that?